I was like, I had a job. I just walked off because it wasn't. It was messing with my mental, and I'm just working the cart for right now until I find a job. But the cart is doing good. I am making some money being out at the parks. And his mom was like, all right, so we need to come together, and come up with a plan for the cart since y'all making some money. Because, I told y'all I want my 10% because, that's my cart. So, but I'm going to give y'all a little bit of time since, Key's working the cart and this is her main job for right now. This ain't no play money. I'm going to give y'all a little bit of time, but we need to come up with a plan. I need to know like how much y'all are selling each day y'all are selling. We need to come up with a spreadsheet, like put all the numbers on the spreadsheet. Tomorrow I was like, wait, whoa, hold on, wait. Like, I mean, we can do all that, Mom, but we just getting started. Mom's like, I understand that, but you got Key running the business now, so it's just like, yeah, we can sit down, come up with a spreadsheet, make this a family thing. And Marlon was just like, yeah, okay, he just going along with it. And in my head, I'm just like, I'm not about to be a part of anybody's family business. I am doing this because I am making money selling this Italian ice, and I need the money. Like, ooh, this is a great hustle. It beats DoorDashing. So yeah, no, I'm doing this. But Marlon's going back and forth with his mom about the plan, and she's trying to schedule a time to, have like this business meeting with us when she gets back to Louisiana so she can look over her numbers and then we can go over our numbers. We need to keep a track of all receipts, this and that. And I'm just like, whew, hold on. Not y'all putting me in this, but I okay, all right. So I'm just telling him, I'm like, okay, all right, I'll go over the numbers when I get back to the house, and I'll send you this and that. So when me and Marlon get in the car to go back to the house, because we're driving in two separate cars because we had to bring the red car back. So on the way back, he called me and we're talking about, what his mama was talking about, how she want to sit down and come up with a business plan and do everything like as a business, this and that. And he was just like, I really don't want my mama in my money business. I was like, well, I mean, it is her card. She did give it to you for free. He's like, but still, I feel like she being too nosy trying to know, like, what we making. She don't need to know what we making. Like, all she needs is her 10%. When we just give her the 10%, she don't have to know all the numbers. You really gonna give her the numbers? And I was just like, well, if you don't want me to give her the numbers, I don't have to go over the numbers with her. It's like, no, I don't want my mom in our business. I don't want her counting my pockets. And it's like, we don't need her counting the pockets. Like, nah, we not doing that. We not gonna do that. She gonna do her own thing. We not gonna make this a family thing. We're gonna let her do her own thing. We're gonna do our own thing. And I'm like, okay, all right, that's what you want to do. He was like, yeah, because I don't want my mom in my business like that. I was like, okay. All right, we'll do it that way. So we got back to the house, and everything was like smooth after that. He let me know that his mom was coming back down for St. Patty's, but after St. Patty's, like that's it. She coming down for St. Patty's, and he was like, I don't know if I'm gonna put her in my apartment or if she can she stay here with you. I was just like, well, what's wrong with yours? He was like, well, they still like putting the baseboards and things down on mine. They still hadn't finished, and we are through like 3 months later after the whole water damage thing. 3 months later, and they still ain't finished with his apartment. But he's back living in the apartment because USAA was no longer paying for the hotel because the apartment complex did not sign for his extension. So they said that his apartment was livable. So that, yeah, USA said, yep, nope, no more hotel, get back to your apartment. So he was trying to figure out if he wanted to put his mama in his apartment or if he wants to have her come over to me. And I was like, well, if she come over to my house, she can sleep in Jackson's room, and I'll just have Jackson sleep in Kion and Carter's room, because St. Patty's weekend is the weekend I don't have Carter, so I'll just have Jackson and Kion. He was like, ooh, good, because I ain't ready for my mama to meet Carter. And I'm like, what? Huh? And I look at him. He was like, look, no offense, that's your son. I know you love your son, but that boy he is very disrespectful, and I cannot let him be around my mom being disrespectful. I was like, huh. Oh. It ain't a Carter weekend anyway, but I mean, I don't feel like isolating him would be a good thing. He's like, but you got to think, if that boy spit on my mama the way that he spit on me, Like, I don't know what I would do. Cause it's like, that he's so disrespectful. He low key is a sociopath. I'm like, what do you mean he's a sociopath? He's like, you don't see, like, he'll do something and then he'll laugh about it. Not like a kid laugh. It's like a little evil laugh. Whenever he comes around, he'll do something just to entice you, just to say something, just to get under your skin. And I just like, oh, okay. But I mean, I know that just comes to play with, his dad and how his dad has been raising him since I was gone for those 2 years. But I'm back now. I'm trying to correct. He's like, I get it. I get it. But that's why when it's a Carter weekend, I try to stay away during Carter weekend, because he's scary. It's like it's something in his spirit that don't sit well with me. And then every time he comes around, I can, like, it gives me goosebumps with just how it's just something about him that don't sit well. And I'm just like, well, I'm working on it with his dad, but you know how it is with Terry. It's always a fight when I try to tell him about Carter's attitude. He's like, no, I get it. It's just, he don't see that he's raising a sociopath. I'm like, can we stop saying he's not a sociopath? Can we stop saying that? He was like, look, you got to understand, Carter does things to get a rise out of you. And he will keep pushing the limits to get a rise out of you. Like, didn't he tell your nephew that's why his dad is dead and his dad ain't even dead? I was like, yeah, I mean, he did. He's like, okay. Like, he just says stuff to get a rise out of you. Like come on, like, something's not right about him. And then he laughs about it. The way that he smiles, it was like, ugh. I'm like, wait, okay, we ain't gotta do all that. He's like, it's just how he smiles when he does something evil and he just smiles at you. It just gives you the goosebumps. It's just like, ugh. And I feel like my mama will pick up on it, and I don't want her looking at him a certain way. And I'm just looking at him. I was like, well, if it's a Carter weekend and your mama staying at my house, she gonna see Carter. Like, she gonna see Carter. He was like, well, I'm glad that it's not a Carter weekend. And in my head, I'm like, all right, okay. I don't like that you said that. I don't like that you're so excited about it not being a Carter weekend. I don't like how you are making it seem like my son is a sociopath either. But it's like, I kind of understand where you're coming from with his disrespectful behavior, because I'm trying to work through that with his dad. Like I get it. But at the same time, it's like, that's still my child. It's my child. It's my child. So we got to tread lightly when it comes to my child. Like, really tread lightly when it comes to my child. So I'm just like, okay, Marlon, we gonna see. He was like, and my mama also trying to, like, sell Italian ice during St. Patty's. And I don't know about all that. I don't know if I want to be out there selling ice during St. Patty's. I feel like she should come down and just enjoy St. Patty's and not worry about selling ice or anything. And I'm just like, oh, I mean, if that's what y'all want to do, I'm all for it. But I'm gonna have Jackson and Kion, so they're gonna be out there selling with us, And he was just like, well, we gonna see, but I don't know about all that.